Maya Milla lives in Chula Vista, California. She's a wife and a mom. But something's not right. She's been missing for nearly 4 months. The last time her family saw her was on January 7th, 2021. Around 5 p.m. that day, she was busy. She filled out a form to talk to a divorce lawyer. Then, by 1 a.m. on January 8th, the police in Chula Vista started looking for her. Maya's husband, Larry, is the last person who saw her. Her car was still at home when she vanished, and her phone was off. It's been a tough time for Maya's family. They're worried sick, wondering where she could be. Every day without her feels like forever. They're hoping and praying for any news, anything that might bring Maya back home. The police are doing all they can, but they need help. Maya Millet's family says she's a good mom who wouldn't leave her kids on her own. The police in Chula Vista talked to over 50 people, like family, friends, neighbors, and others who might know where she is. They also searched 12 places, like houses, cars, phones, and online profiles, to find clues about her. While Maya's gone, her husband Larry took care of their kids at home. He didn't join the community searches or vigils to find her. Even though the police say Larry isn't a suspect, some new info makes people doubt that. Before she disappeared, Maya told a family member that if something bad happened to her, it would be because of Larry. On the day she went missing, she argued with him, and her friends saw that in a video call at 5:30 p.m., that was the last time anyone heard from her. People are worried about Maya and wonder where she could be. They're looking for more clues to understand what happened. Maya's family is hoping for answers soon, and they're asking anyone with information to come forward and help bring her home. The police are still investigating to find out what really happened to Maya Millet. The strangest thing about Maya's disappearance is that it happened on the same day she set up a meeting with a lawyer to talk about getting a divorce. That was the last day anyone saw her. Someone else says they overheard Maya's husband, Larry, talking about giving someone $20,000 to kill Maya's supposed boyfriend. Larry was convinced Maya was seeing someone else, even though there wasn't any proof. Maya's family feels like the police in Chula Vista aren't telling them much about what's going on. They're mostly getting information from their own lawyer, Billy Little. He's been working hard to find Maya, even though he's not officially part of the police investigation. Little thinks that if they do find Maya, she might not be alive. It took a few days after Maya went missing for Little to start looking into things. Maya's family is really worried and frustrated. They just want to know what happened to her. They feel like they're not getting enough help from the police, so they're relying on their lawyer to find answers.
Family approached me when Maya went missing and nobody had heard from her. She went missing on the 7th. The family contacted me, I believe, on the 9th, after she had been gone a day and a half or so, asked me if I could assist in finding May, or Maya. I'll just call her May.
4 days after Maya disappeared, Little came to the Millet house and knocked on the door. Larry, Maya's husband, answered and allowed Little inside once he saw his ID. Little had come to help find Maya and learn more about what happened to her.
So it was the 11th of January of 2021. I went over there. I'm not sure if Larry, the husband, was going to open the door, was going to talk to me. I just went up, knocked on the door, told him who I was. He invited me in the house.
Little quickly realized that all the windows were wide open, the fans were blowing hard, and the house felt unusually cold. I couldn't smell anything, not even bleach or cleaning stuff, and definitely no bad smells like when something rots.
Went in the house, I immediately noticed the windows all open, the fans on full blast. It was chilly in the house.
When Little went into the bedroom, he saw something strange. There was a hole in the wall, about 10 inches wide and 6 to 8 inches tall. It looked like it had just been fixed. Little remembered that this was the room where she had been staying away from Larry. The door had a lock, and it seemed like it had been fixed recently too. There were other holes in the walls, but this one by the doorknob looked fresh. Little wondered what had been going on in that room.
Bedroom where she had been locking herself in for the past several days to ostensibly get away from Larry.
On February 4th, 2021, Larry Millet got a lawyer and stopped helping the authorities with their investigation. He didn't cooperate anymore.
Of course, Larry stopped doing media interviews and stopped cooperating with the investigation early on in the case.
For the last 3 months, the investigation into Maya's disappearance has been ongoing. Little by little, more evidence has been gathered. This includes recordings and many text messages sent by Maya's husband Larry in 2020. In these messages, Larry complains to friends and family about Maya possibly cheating on him. He accuses her of having an affair and talks about wanting to move her male co-workers to another department without any proof of wrongdoing. Some of the texts even quote Bible verses about unfaithful women, suggesting Larry's distress over Maya's alleged actions. As Maya considered divorce, Larry grew desperate to save their marriage to please God and their families. In the Philippines and in Filipino culture, divorce is highly controversial and often against strict religious beliefs, especially in Catholicism. Larry's strong religious convictions may have led him to view divorce as a great shame. This could have motivated him to consider extreme measures to prevent it, such as harming Maya. Recently, a significant development in the case occurred about 3 weeks ago. Security footage from a neighbor captured what seemed to be 8 gunshots on the night Maya went missing. Initially, these sounds were thought to be crashes or loud bangs, but upon closer examination, investigators believe they were gunshots fired indoors. This new piece of evidence adds weight to the suspicions surrounding Larry. It suggests that violence may have been involved in Maya's disappearance. Larry's desperation to maintain his marriage and his religious beliefs could have driven him to take drastic action. The investigation continues as authorities piece together the events leading up to Maya's disappearance. Each new discovery brings them closer to uncovering the truth behind what happened to her. I'll make the sound better so you can hear it clearly. You can decide how loud or bright you want it. Three months have passed since Maya vanished, but the police haven't given up hope of finding her. However, it's been almost 4 months now, and Maya's family realizes it's unlikely they'll see her again.
Law enforcement agencies on the local and federal level are teaming up to investigate this case now. News 8's Chris Groh joins us live in Chula Vista to explain more on this, as well as how the family is responding to all this. Chris?
Yeah, and we actually heard from Maya's sister and brother-in-law who told us that essentially, look, this is still being called a search effort, a missing persons case, despite the fact that now the FBI and NCIS are now involved in this case. However, we did learn one big update yesterday from the Chula Vista Police Department. Those loud bangs that we have been playing for you in this story so far, those that sound like gunshots, well, they are being analyzed by the Chula Vista Police Department to see if they are indeed gunshots.
Maya had hoped to celebrate her 40th birthday with her family at the Grand Canyon. Instead, they'll gather at Fiesta Island, hoping and praying for Maya's safe return. She's a mother of 3, dearly missed by her family. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more updates on Maya's story and other important news.